So the winner of this project this year is...
The ACE Mentor program is a free after-school program for high school students that are interested in pursuing careers in architecture, construction, and the engineering industry, and also focusing on the skilled trades as well. The mission statement of ACE is to engage, excite, and enlighten high school students, and to encourage them to pursue careers in architecture, construction, and engineering. And through our mentoring and guidance, help them and support them through their continued advancement in their postgraduate school and into the industry. Something that ACE likes to focus on is that we rely on a network of volunteers.
So for Farmers Market, we wanted to really capture the liveliness of Mexican culture. So this was our general idea that we were going to do for our playground. And there are seasonal indoor vendors, our market booths that are 8 by 10, a little of 6,900 square feet with the base
frame, terracotta bricks, a lot of glass and concrete for like a base, underground gardens, and solar panels for power. And our like construction schedule.
Definitely in your design, you thought about your community and the people that you will be serving through your work. Great job.
I echo that about community. Great thinking. I love the theme, like throughout. You brought stucco from the outside. You included the Mexican style in the kitchen. You included a playground. I work with kids, so it's important to be inclusive of, having kids as part of this. A garden, outdoor space within the inner part of the building. So, very well thought out.
I'm Lindsay.
I'm Giselle, and we're IT Co.
We want to make a farmer's market inspired by Italian architecture. Showing the beauty of Italian architecture, but also its essence and its glory.
This is a site plan. This right here is the final sketch that I made for how the building is going to look in accordance to the site that we were assigned.
This is basically just to give an idea where everything is going to be located.
You'll have the vendors on either side of you, and we wanted to kind of emulate that feeling of being in Italy and like this Italian alleyway. We wanted to capture that kind of Italian essence and put that into the interior of our building. So the entire building will be cool in the summer and warm in the winter. And now for our structure, for both our dome that's on our rooftop and our steel framing structure, we're planning to use wide planed beams along the
outdoor area right there. That would be the eating space, and then on the top left there, that would be the service entrance. There's a fountain, and we have the multiple stalls on both sides, so it feels that like the alleyway that we wanted to do.
Mentioned that in selecting the finishes, you thought about maintenance. And that's something that's usually not considered in design, so I compliment you on that. But I'm curious, did anybody think about the trash? Sort of that back of the house stuff that happens that no one ever wants to see.
Yeah, I just want to admit, I appreciate the Italian alleyway, right? To be able to break up that space, create that alleyway right in the middle there. And also appreciated the vendor section and the food trucks.
I think you guys did a good job of focusing on the accessibility of the site. So from a vehicular standpoint, and then also pedestrian foot traffic, I think you.
And for everybody that may have not been able to experience Italy, you literally thought about that. You thought about bringing them into a place that reminded them or even gave them a sneak peek of Italy.
And we are Group 3, Team China. We wanted to create a farmers market inspired by traditional Chinese culture and architecture that will help uplift new and local businesses. Black box is where our site will be located, is where our overall building will be located, and the different circled parts are different utilities.
And it goes into like a historical exhibit. Then we have the ballroom after that, and of course there are gonna be signs that go through everywhere.
Makes up approximately 3,600 square feet.
So maybe 40 to 45 yards from the actual building. For the roof, we want
having some wiggle room for unexpected fees. That was impressive that you thought about that.
The engineering approach clearly comes through on this. And it's the first time I've heard of contingency on here. It's a great idea in a construction project.
Coming up with a ventilation system that worked hand in hand with the geothermal heat pumps was probably my favorite part of this. And honestly, it made me feel really smart, but it also...
This was so much fun in my opinion. Trying to draw a temple, like imagine trying to draw a temple, that's so cool. In my opinion, that was amazing.
Interest in architecture, so getting to study and like attempt to draw Chinese architecture, I just thought that was really interesting.
Uplifting the new and local businesses, right? So you weren't only thinking about the businesses there, you were thinking about the community as well.
We are PHK Innovations, P for power, H for health, K for knowledge. We have 2 domes at the top, and then just the basic roof on the bottom.
So we also have gardens surrounding the
This is our first floor bubble diagram.
Involve the stucco on the outside because that's the material we're using, and for the inside, the tile flooring.
Interior materials, we use Indian style tiles and sheetrock walls and ceiling.
It feels more open and
20%. And our total budget came to $2,626,438.89.
I really like the open space. I really like the fact that you took the Indian.
But you not only had bubble diagrams, you had a parquet as well, to really try to emphasize the idea that was going to carry through the project, and I commend you for that as well.
Appreciated the renderings. Really good job on the renderings. And it allowed me to visually see kind of how you would lay out where your vendors are going to go, the building itself, how it would look.
Submission for a transportation hub in Mystic, Connecticut.
Our project is Whalers Well Point in Mystic, Connecticut.
So the reason why we chose this site in Mystic, Connecticut was due to the history and also the tourism aspect. Connecticut tourism has been increasing since COVID by 11%, so that speaks to the need for this transportation hub in this area. Additionally, the existing train station was very small. It didn't even have Wi-Fi, if you can believe that. And it's centrally located within New York and Boston.
Through our design, and we use a lot of curved walls and roofs to create a fluid form for the building. A lot of our design is hand-drawn due to the fact simply because our design is very bold and it uses a lot of curved lines, which are very hard to render on computer software. So as you'll see, a lot of our design is done by hand. Our location, we wanted to make a nice area people can sit.
We have a bunch of blocky shapes. It doesn't really look too much like a building, but here we were just trying to plan things out.
Is the restaurant deck with lots of windows overlooking the harbor. On the right is our boathouse. As you can see, there's the 2 main entrances. In the center, you have our interior north elevation. So this is really just showcasing. We have our elevators,
walls instead of just blocks. So because we realized that it looks more real, and we were also able to put the aquarium in the middle of this one. In the other one, we just had a big open area without that.
Includes all of the extra fees of labor, materials, and just...
I learned a lot about foundational design and structural design, especially in design.
You could have gone anywhere, and you chose Connecticut, right? You know, your state, you wanted to find a way to give back to Connecticut, right? And I don't know if any of you are from Mystic or have family up there, but you did your research as well, right? How can you bring something to Connecticut?
You guys, the way that you presented it, I want to see it built.
And honestly, as a builder myself, I would love to even build this place. You understand what I'm saying? So, chance, I would love to work for you.
Great job. Certificates of participation from the project, and to do that, we have Joe Getter from Southport Engineering.
Awesome. Perfect. You have your... Here we go. Yeah. Congratulations, everyone.
Drum roll, please. Our winner ended up winning for a few reasons. We ended up choosing this group because they thought not only about the project at hand, they thought about community, they thought about bringing the community in, they thought about not only adults coming in, but also children. They thought about open space and incorporating that not only through the outside of this facility, but in the inner parts of this facility. And the other reason, which it was kind of strange, it ended up being this group was, if you think about Bridgeport and its diverse community, this project kind of fit very well within this space. So the winner of this project this year is Team Mexico.
I have seen professional presentations that don't rise to this level. So you guys should seriously think about getting together and forming a firm. But I want to share something else with you that I heard. Somewhere along the line, someone said, well, we have to draw by hands. And that is great. You don't ever lose that. The design industry today is just too tethered to what their computers can do. And you forget that you could actually do a lot more with just your brain and your hands, because your hand's connected to your brain, your computer is not. And as soon as you learn SketchUp, I guarantee you, in a few years, there'll be another program that comes out, and it'll have its own limitations. But don't ever lose the ability to just loosely sketch and express an idea, because I think that's what you did here, and it clearly came through the entire thing. You know, this is outstanding work.